morning from Khampaeng Phet, everybody. Welcome to another video of Sadayu.M's vlog, and also my second day here in Khampaeng Phet. And so, unlike yesterday, today is going to be a full day tour, and I'm just going to walk you through a couple of places that we're going to be going to today. So, first off, we will be going to a temple here in Khampaeng Phet called Wat Boromathat. Next off, we'll be going to have lunch at a ancient noodle restaurant here in Khampaeng Phet. Then we'll be going to a factory that makes glass jelly. In Thai it's called Guay Chakanglao, which is a famous dessert in Thai. And finally, we'll be going to the same restaurant that we went to yesterday, which is called Ran Rappa Tan. And I can already predict that today is going to be a really fun and wonderful day. And so, without any further holding up, let's jump into the day. And like I told you yesterday that we are staying at my father's friend's house. Personally, I kind of love this place because it's very natural, it's very cozy. It's like a forest house near a riverbank. Wherever you go in this house, not including the interiors, of course, you'll be surrounded by trees on both sides everywhere you walk. I just love the different kind of greeneries and floras grown around here in this place. And it's a really cool and rainy Saturday morning, and I'm here at my father's friend's house. And one more thing that I like about this place is this little cozy modular extended on this river bank here. It's just so cool and very relaxing to sit on and watch the riverbanks and stuff. This is some sort of a place that you want to come and hang out before or after meals to drink a cup of coffee or tea and stuff. And then inside this module there's some small chairs to sit on and this cute table behind me. And if you sit here and just watch the rain, the riverbank, and look at the natural environment, you could just literally fall asleep without noticing it. It's just so relaxing. I couldn't say that enough. And the view behind me, it's just extraordinary. I mean, just look at that. Who wouldn't say it's not? And I really like that this place is very modern. And also the person who bought this module here, they're also a coffee drinker. So there are many coffees here such as Chakangraw coffee, which is the largest coffee bean in the world, and Mocha coffee, which is the smallest coffee bean in the world. And other than this, they also have many other types of different aromatic coffees. So what they do with these coffee is they'll ground the coffee, or you can say they'll blend the coffee, put it in a cup and add hot water to it. And they'll just drink it black like that. Some prefer it that way. And just while he's brewing it, you can just smell the intense aromatic flavor of it. And you can surely make out how aromatic that's gonna taste. So the coffee is done. And just look at the glass, how cute and cool, modern looking it is. Oh, and this coffee has a peachy smell as well. And you know, this peachy smell, it's not an added aromatic smell, but it's the original smell of the coffee itself. And I'll just give this a try. Wow, and that, it's very aromatic, just how I like it. Not bitter, not very acidy. That's a really good coffee, I should say. And at my father's friend's house, there's also this little tree here, and this is an olive tree. And I'm amazed at how old it is already. It's a total of 350 years old. And for this tree, this is called Ton Kabok, and it's a Thai tree which is already 70 to 80 years old already. Now we'll be leaving the house and we'll be going to our first destination, which is a temple in Khampaeng Phet called Wat Boromathat. So let's get going. have just arrived here at the temple, and in front you'll see this. This is called a Dhammachak, and Dhamma means the teaching of Buddha, and Chak is wheel. So it's like a wheel of the teaching of Buddha. And as you can see behind me over there is a giant golden pagoda. So I'm gonna head there now. And this place doesn't have much people right now, so it gives like a relaxing atmosphere. And along with the great weather right now, it will just give you the best experience. So this pagoda has 4 sculptures of Lord Buddha sculpted on there. And if you're wondering what's inside this pagoda, in the middle of the pagoda contains the relics of Lord Buddha. Wow, this pagoda is just huge, massive, and really beautiful at the same time. And at the temple there's also these little bells where you can hit them and make some sounds. If you walk to the back of the pagoda, there will be this sculpture of Pyarritai. And if you're wondering who he is the 6th ruler of the Sukhothai dynasty. And also, if you're wondering why this sculpture is planted here, it's because he's the one who bought the Bodhi tree and planted it here, and he also bought the Buddha's relics to put in the pagoda. Behind me here, this circular thing is called a Kang, and we will sound the Kang with the purpose to let the sacred angels above to know and hear that we're here at this temple. Alright, that was extraordinary, and this concludes our tour at this temple. And next up we will be heading for lunch at an old noodle restaurant here in Khampaeng Phet. And let's go. So I've just arrived here at the restaurant, and I just ordered something simple like egg noodles and red pork. And this restaurant has been operating for a total of 80 years already, and this is already the 3rd generation of the restaurant. So you can make out that the food's gonna be good, and the people who make the food, they'll have some experience. Like many noodles restaurants around Thailand, they'll be making your food and the counter in front of the shop. And so here my first dish has just arrived, which is egg noodle and some red pork in there. And you can predict that a noodle will be good when you know that the restaurant makes their own egg noodle. So yeah, I'll give this one a try first. And wow, that's actually good, to be honest. The noodles, it's a little bit chewy but fun to chew on, and there's equal taste of sweetness, sourness, and a bit of spiciness. And it's a really good restaurant to eat here if you come to Khampaeng Phet. And so just to make the flavors better a bit, I'll add in some lime. And since I'm a spicy eater, I'll add in chili flakes. And you all know that chili flakes goes well with most of the Thai noodle dishes. And to eat with the noodles, they also have this deep fried pork belly, I assume. And I'll give this one a try also. And that just goes really well with the noodle. It's very crunchy, very not too salty, and not too oily also. So it's really good. And now I'll get the pork in here, try. And one thing that I like about this restaurant is that they sell this food also. It's called Mu Sate, and it's also one of my very favorite food. So I'll give this one a try also. So what you do is you dip it in some sauce and eat it. And you follow it up with some cucumber. That's actually very good. The sauce, it has a peanutty flavor to it, which contrasts well with the pork. Yeah, it's good. I like it. And that concludes our meal here at this restaurant. The food was very good. Like out of 10, I'll give it like 8 or 8.5. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell you the name of this restaurant. This restaurant is called Ba Mee Chakanglao, and Ba Mee is noodle, and Chakanglao is the older name of Khampaeng Phet. And I would say that if you ever come here to Khampaeng Phet, this is one of the restaurants that you'd want to visit. And so yeah, next up we'll be going to the Chao Guay factory, which is a factory which makes a glass jelly, which is a famous Thai dessert. Okay guys, so here I am now at the Chao Guay Chakanglao factory, and Chao Guay is a Thai dessert. In English it's called glass jelly, and in Chakanglao is the older name of Khampaeng Phet. So we will head inside and see how they make this glass jelly. Oh, and on our way in, we could see this glass jelly plant. Okay, and the one that I showed you just now, that was the grass jelly plant. But this one behind me here, this one is a dried glass jelly plant. And this is what they use to make the grass jelly. And they imported this from Indonesia, China, and Vietnam. So what they'll do is they'll wash the dried leaves and then they'll boil it in water. In that room that I just showed you just now, in that room, it's full of sweet aroma. You can just smell all the fragrance, the aromatic flavor of the glass jelly plant. And that I told you just now that they will boil the leaves. They'll use this water behind me here, and then they'll process the water to make it cleaner, and then they'll use that one to boil the leaves. And if you're wondering what I'm holding in my hand here, this black piece, this is the freshly made piece of glass jelly that they just made in there. So I'll just give this a try. Yeah, that it's chewy just how I like it. It's fun to chew on, but it's not really that sweet yet because when you eat chao guay or glass jelly, you have to eat it with syrup, and if you prefer you can add some water also. To summarize what we saw there inside that room. So first off, they'll wash the dry glass jelly leaves and then they'll boil it in a boiler. And after they boil it, it'll come out as a mixture with that dry glass jelly plant and water and starch. And so what they'll do next is they'll use a separation technique by shaking it, and that will separate out the starch from the water. When they got out the water, they will filter it again in a filter to make the water come out more cleaner. So that when they got the water out, they'll boil that water again, and then they will add some flour into it and stir it until it thickens, or you can say its viscosity increases. So once they mix the flour with the water, with the grass jelly plant water already, they'll pour it onto some kind of tray, and then they'll leave it to cool for around 30 minutes for it to solidify. And then after that, they'll cut it into small pieces and pack into this small little packet that you saw back there. So that's what we just saw there in that factory, and wow, everything is just so well organized, and it all just looks so amazingly extraordinarily cool. What I like is when you're in that factory, you can just smell the fragrance of the pandan leaves they used to make the glass jelly. Over here in this room, this will be the packaging process. We just saw just now, the owner himself, he gave us the whole tour of that whole processing or manufacturing process. And since one of my father's friend, he knows the owner of this glass jelly factory, so we got the chance for him to take us on a tour of the process. And I forgot to tell you, the owner of this factory, his name is Uncle, or you can call him Dr. Sermwood. This is Uncle or Dr. Sermwood I was talking about, the owner of this Chao Guay or glass jellies factory.
ครับสวัสดีครับครับผมเสริมวุฒิสุวรรณโรจน์นะครับก็ต้องขอบคุณคณะนะครับที่เข้ามาเยี่ยมชมโรงงานแล้วก็มาถ่ายทำมาเผยแพร่ความรู้เกี่ยวกับเฉาก๊วยชากังลาวนะครับก็ต้องขอบคุณมากนะครับที่ให้เกียรตินะครับมาเยี่ยมชมโรงงานโอกาสหน้าเชิญใหม่นะครับขอบคุณมากครับ
Okay, thank you so much. ขอบคุณครับ Alright, and that concludes our tour here at this glass jelly factory, and wow, that was just an extraordinary experience. The owner, he's very friendly, very kind, and it's a very nice place to visit here if you come here to Khampaeng Phet. If you recognize this, in front of the factory is a sculpture of Uncle or Dr. Sermwood. And again, big thanks to him for taking us on this amazing experience. Wow, surely that has to be the best place so far that I've been to since my first day here in Khampaeng Phet. And you can probably make out that I'm holding an umbrella because it's starting to rain. But this is our next destination. It's called San Lak Mueang. And in English it translates to the City Pillar Shrine. And in this place they believe that if you come here and wish for something that you wish for, it will come true. And if it actually comes true, then they'll come back here and thank this place for offering them for what they want. But that should be it for this place. There's nothing really much to see here, but this is a place that is honored and respected by most people here in Khampaeng Phet as they come here to wish what they wish for. And if you remember this place, I'm here again at this restaurant. I told you yesterday I was gonna come here again. And today I'll be reviewing more food, more tasty food here in this restaurant. And I'll show you something. The owner, P. Pim. Yesterday I told you that she graduated from Cordon Bleu University. She also received the second degree honor medal, as you can see here. Yeah, no wonder the food here is so good. Now I'm just waiting for my first dish to arrive. Okay, before our first dish, I ordered this juice. It's a passion fruit juice. I'll give this one a try. Wow, very refreshing. Good thing to eat after a tiring walk around different tourist attractions here in Khampaeng Phet. Alright, my first dish here has just arrived, and this dish is number 1 in my most favorite Thai dish, and it's Pad Thai. It is also this restaurant's signature dish. Now let's try this. And I'll follow it with some vegetable. And a bite of the shrimp. Oh, wow, that's just very out of the world. It's very good. The noodles, it's a bit chewy and fun to chew on, and eating that with a vegetable and the bouncy shrimp on the side, it just contrasts each other well and gives a very delicious taste. And the next dish, this is called Khao Khai Khon Tom Yum. And so what it is there's rice at the bottom and some soft omelette on top, and then it'll be marinated with some tom yum soup. And you guys probably know what tom yum soup is because it's a famous Thai soup. Okay, and I'll take some egg and some rice in there. Let's give it a shot. I'll also follow it up with some tom yum soup. Wow, this is wow 2 times. The egg, it's so soft, it just melts in your mouth when it touches your tongue. And the soup, it will just add a bit of spice to it. And yeah, this is also a very, very good dish. And the next dish which we ordered, this is called gyudong, and it basically is just beef on top of rice and sprinkled with some chopped up spring onions. And it just looks real mouth-watering, and so I'll just give it a try. First off, I'll marinate it with some gravy, and then I'll take a bite. Just look at how delicious looking that is. Yeah, you probably guessed by now what I'm gonna say. Every dish in here is just amazingly good. This one, the beef, it's not sticky at all, but it also doesn't melt in your mouth. But the gravy, the sauce, it just goes with the beef really well. This is another delicious dish. Okay, and so for our final dish, this is called Ba Mee Chakanglao. And what it is it's just egg noodle with a variety of different meats in it. And yeah, I'll take the noodle. And I'll also take some of the Vietnamese pork. And I'll take the baked chicken as well. It's quite a big bite, but looks delicious also. Yeah, and I would say this is a good dish, but it's not really the best. But I'm still satisfied with this food because of the smokiness of the baked pork and the softness of the Vietnamese pork, and also the chewiness, light chewiness of the egg noodle, which is the main food in here. And this concludes our meal here in this Rappa Tan restaurant, day 2. And like every time I came here, the food here is extraordinarily out of the world. It's just so good, it'll just blow away your taste buds. So I'll stress this again, if you ever come here to Khampaeng Phet, this is a restaurant that you'd want to come to. And now after this, I'll be heading back to my father's friend's house. Okay, so since today is my last day here in Khampaeng Phet, me, my parents, and my parents' friends and their family all gathered here for one final meal before I head back to Bangkok. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone here for helping me through my travel here and my vlogging trip. First off, I'll introduce you to the different people here. So first off, Kun Mo Dang and Pa Ong, who is the owner of the house I'm currently staying in. He also played a very important role in introducing me to the different parts of the places here in Khampaeng Phet. And next off is Kun Pom, and he also played a major role in introducing the different places here in Khampaeng Phet for me and telling me the best places I should visit here and do my vlogging and stuff. Next off is P Pair and P Oat, and they're the one who owns the cute and small modula I showed you this morning. And lastly, P Pim and Peanut, and if you can remember the name, the owner of the wonderful and really tasty restaurant I just reviewed today and yesterday. And so a big thanks to everyone that I just introduced, and my experience was very wonderful. I would look forward to coming here to Khampaeng Phet again. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we gathered here today on our last day. This is also the birthday of Kun Pom. So one, a big thank you to him for this amazing experience, and two, a very happy birthday to him also. Okay, and so once again, I couldn't stress this enough. My experience here was a great experience thanks to all these people here. So once again, thank you to all of you for this amazing experience. This should be it for this travel vlog in Khampaeng Phet. And unfortunately, tomorrow I won't be filming anymore because I'll be returning to Bangkok early in the morning. So I'd just like to say thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the subscribe and notification button for more videos from me. And until then, stay safe, and I'll see you on my next video.